everybody. So today we're going to have the first tasting of my Rakau SMaSH beer. Now, I was thinking it was like Raka hops, but this is a Australian hop. So in my SMaSH beer, I used 2 pounds, 4 ounces of Pilsner malt. Then for the hop addition, this is an hour boil. My hops were 10.3% alpha acids. 0.25 at 30 minutes, 0.25 at 10 minutes, 0.25 at 5 minutes, 0.25 at 1 minute. This was bottled on 11/21, 5.27% ABV. Go ahead and open it, get it into a glass, and see what we think. Glass looks dirty. Holy cow. Now this one and my Columbia I did brew on the same exact day, but I'm reviewing them on the same day. But the colors, I already drank the Columbia one, and that was using two-row, and this one's using Pilsner malt, and this looks like this is the one that should be using the two-row. But for most of my SMaSH beers, what I try and do is just try and get the IBUs around the same. That's why on the last one, I did use my own leaf hops, and I went with 60, 30, 10, and 5. Then on this one, because the alpha acids, I'm guessing they're higher, I started at 30 minutes instead of 60. Because most of the time in these, I'm just trying to find out, how's it play with the malt? What's that hop taste like by itself before we start using it in other stuff. I believe if you made them all the same, if you had 100 different hops and you said, okay, we're going to put 0.25 ounces in at 60, then at 30, then at 10, then at 5, and just called it like that, I don't believe you would get the same hop profile for certain hops, just because if you have a hop that is low alpha acid, it might not come through as good as if you put it at the end of the boil, because some of those lower alpha acid hops are used for aroma and flavor, and you do want them at the end. You don't want them all at the beginning. Now this could probably be a dual purpose hop. I did not look it up. Actually, I will. Okay, I'm back. So it is a New Zealand hop, high intensity aromas of ripe stone fruit and pine. So that's what we should be looking for. No head. We do have a better head than we had on the Columbia. Maybe the hop oils are doing something there, but it's just barely. It's just like a very light white coating across the top. For the color, very orange juice in color. Typical New England IPA, some bubbles coming up from the bottom. Very, very hazy. This looks like maybe a good one to use in a New England IPA that will leave the beer a little bit hazier for you. Let's go ahead and smell. A little bit of citrus, dankness, maybe some stone fruit in there. I wouldn't say stone fruit. I would probably say citrus, fruity, just barely fruity with a little bit of sweetness in there. Yeah, nothing real big. It's not coming out. Maybe if I dry hopped with it, it would have had a little bit more of a aroma. I'm not sure why I didn't dry hop this one. See, I need to start taking better notes, because usually that 1 minute I would just dry hop. I'm not sure why I did. It smells okay, but for me right now, as the smell goes, it's a little too low. It needs to be upped. Let's go ahead and taste. The first thing that stands out, thicker beer. Not sure why. I do get a little bit of fruitiness, but if anything, I get more malt, like a um, malty graininess in there with a little generic fruit, like a sweeter fruit than anything. Not sure why it's tasting thick. I guess you could say, but it's not sweet. So, original gravity was 14 bricks, ended at 8 bricks. So 8 bricks is a little bit high. So what I'm thinking, if you're new to brewing, is because it finished at 8 bricks, now that is a refractometer reading that has to be changed or calculation done to get the true ABV. But even for a beer like this, I think this is my 33rd or 34th SMaSH beer this year. 8 bricks does sound high, so that would leave residual sugar in there as the yeast didn't eat everything. But it should leave more sweetness. And I'm really not getting sweetness out of it. Maybe there is some in the back. I said there was some in the taste, but not the sweetness I was thinking that, or just thinking about it, that should be there. Um, it does got a good taste. I almost want to say like generic fruit melon is what I'm getting out of this. It's definitely a different beer. Everything I guess is throwing me off. Um, it's almost like it has oats. It's smooth. It's a thicker body, and it doesn't seem like those the flavor should be in this beer without like lactose. Like you get that fruitiness, and like I said, maybe like a sweet melon, a hint of sweet melon in there, and it just seems like there needs to be like a, I'm waiting for a vanilla or a lactose to come out of it. It's good, but it only says stone fruit, and I'm not getting stone fruit at all. It's just like, yeah, like a low generic fruit, sweet melon, like a sweeter melon, not full sweetness, um, but just like a hint of sweet melon. The aftertaste is a little grainy malt with a touch of fruit, I guess. This is an interesting one. Yeah, I used US-05, so clean yeast. We should be getting everything out of there. Uh, yeah, it's good. Would I brew a 5 gallon batch? Probably not. I want to get more of it just to see what it does with other hops, and maybe use like a 2 row or a Golden Promise just to see what else, or a Maris Otter, to just check it out. Because yeah, with it only saying stone fruit, I think that was B BSG. Yeah, BSG. Dual purpose is what it said. Hoppy, not bitter. Old school IPA. Uh, Okay. Apricot tropical fruit candy. Okay. So the tropical fruit makes more sense. I don't get apricot. No. Um okay. Tropical fruit, fruitiness, generic fruit, that makes me feel better. I don't know why they can't just put that in the description, but uh yeah, I get no stone fruit. As I said before, not one that I would pick out for stone fruit. Maybe if it's used in the dry hop portion, maybe you get more stone fruit. We'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll pick a grain and pick some more of this up. I'm not sure where I bought it from. I'm guessing I only have an ounce. But I'll brew it uh, again with a different grain, just like I did. But then I'll take that 1 minute and brew it using it in the dry hop. I think carbonation level on this one is fine. And this was also using six of the small pearl tablets. So we'll have to do some more testing because I'm still not sure why this one doesn't taste flat and that Columbia one did. Yeah, and the body's thicker, so I know in some of those other videos I talked about maybe if you have a thicker body, you need more carbonation to get through that. And some of the ones that were using 6 or 8 pearls, you could definitely tell the difference. That the lighter one was carbonated well, but the thicker one wasn't. Uh, so maybe that doesn't have anything to do with it, as that Columbia one was lighter in body and wasn't carbonated, but this one was. But maybe this one has more yeast in each bottle. So, yep, a lot of stuff to do if you're homebrewing. So, yeah, I think this is a good one. I need to use the hop more to see what happens when you use it in different places, but that's why we're doing these videos. So hopefully you like this. Check some more videos out over here, and until next time, happy brewing.